What up, though? It's your girl. Let me hear back with another reading. This is going to be for Leo season, Taurus energy. This reading is for anywhere you have Taurus in your charts, including the sun, moon, and rising signs. If you need to know exactly where Taurus is in your chart, just go ahead and draw yourself up a birth chart, natal chart reading. You can do that on the website or in the application. The time is crucial for accuracy on what house Taurus lies in your chart. If you would like a personal reading, it is available. Just go to the description link in the box. Okay, so if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome as well. And again, this is for Leo season. Taurus, this is your message. This season is always a challenge for you to get through. Okay, but it's gonna be all right. This part of you, Taurus, has a lot to do with, I feel like there's a discrepancy in what you value and what other people value. Like I was saying in the Aries video, with this fixed sign thing going on. Now the North Node and everything is in your sign, so a lot of people are looking at you as a teacher and a guidance to what shall and shall not happen moving forward when it comes to valuing our worth and establishing a whole new concept of living life. Okay, now with Uranus and Mars also being in your sign during this season, it's going to be more of an aggressive earthy energy with this fire Leo energy, where it's like you're really fixated on sticking to your values and not changing them at all. Okay, and what happens with squares is you need a little bit of both to make the dream come hither. So there may be some things that you definitely, there are some concepts or some values you really do want to hold on to that makes your life worth living, and continuing to be generous and, you know, beautiful to yourself and other people. But there also are concepts that Leo season is here to give you that can have actually enhance that if you allow yourself to go through these challenges without feeling like someone is attacking you and not being so in your ego about it, because it's not personal when someone is asking you to be open-minded. It's not to say that you're closed-minded, like as if to say like you're not. This season is just asking you to be a little bit more open-minded to what you think you want. Because sometimes it's not always about the look or the material things. It's about what's in the heart that matters the most. And you want to expand in that area a little bit more during this season, because you may unexpectedly receive something that is your value, but it just don't look like your value, if that makes sense. Okay, don't be too worried about what other people have to say. So what do you need to give your loving attention to? And we have Libra, I balance. All right, so we're giving our loving attention to balancing out our energies. Again, this is a square, so you're going to be challenged from the external to the internal. I feel like there's a big growth spurt taking place. Okay, and we have child here. Okay, interesting. This is 10-13. Hope. Oh, it is safe for you to be soft again. You've traveled long and far from who you were as a child. Pain has taught you to be mistrustful. Experience has made you afraid, but your hope was dormant, not dead. It is safe to hope again. It is safe to expect good things. And more importantly, you deserve to. At this time, you might also benefit from having an elder or mentor, someone with more experience to guide and encourage you as you learn a new skill or embark on a new path. Right. So this is your challenge here. You need to balance who you are with who you want to be or what you're trying to do. Because there are a lot of concepts that you've inherited through either trauma or just toxicity in your environment, your home, you know, being around certain people that you picked up on that kind of blocks you from seeing the beauty in something that you would normally skip over. So having someone like a therapist or a mentor or someone in that kind of a bracket where they can help you open up gently, like just a gentle flower bloom process. They can help you with doing that so you don't miss out on all the opportunities that you actually have in front of you, instead of just shutting the door every time. It's just like, no, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. Like, allow yourself to be a little bit more open to what your heart actually wants, because it's probably a lot of what you want is probably right in front of you. You just have a certain perception about it being a certain way that helps you to ignore all the opportunities that you could be available to. All right, so that's why you're resisting it. This is why you're resisting it. You're behaving immaturely. You're behaving like a child when you don't get your way. It kind of throws off the balance altogether. Okay, so where's this showing up? In relationships. Moon in Libra, companionship. All right, at the bottom we have Saturn in Virgo, isolation. Okay, so I definitely see this as the childish nature and not wanting to move ahead in relationships has a lot to do with the type of relationships you are looking for, the ones that you want. And with isolation being at the bottom, it's like they're not alone, but they're still isolated. Okay, they're not alone, but they're still isolated. And the companionship is about bringing people together. Okay, so if you have an attitude regarding relationships that constantly pulls you away from them or them away from you, you need to examine why that keeps repeating in itself, because this is like very much Leo energy, the child, right? The inner child. So if your inner child is not being fed, it's not being clothed, it's not being loved, it's not being cared for, it's not given attention, then every time you enter into a relationship, it's just going to expand on the fact that that's not happening. And that can cause you to go back into isolation somehow, some way, because that is what needs your attention first in order for you to be balanced. All right, so what advice do we have moving forward? And this may not just be you specifically. You may be drawn to people who have this issue where they want to be in a relationship, but they still do very immature things and they're not open to expanding in any way possible. So they would rather be alone than be in a serious commitment or any type of relationship. And those are the people that you keep seeking out, or the people that you keep attracting, is because you need to ignore the concept that this is not important when it is. You need your inner child to be happy. Otherwise, it's going to throw temper tantrums every time you ignore it. Ooh, advice. Oh, yeah. Storms. Okay, at the bottom we have Mojaji. Manifestation. Okay. All right. So you're manifesting a change when it comes to relationships, because you no longer want to or need to be with people who have a hard time with communicating, have a hard time with being around you, have a hard time being consistent, because they would rather be alone than be with you, or vice versa. So you're manifesting a change when it comes to relationships in order for you to have time to cater to your own inner child, make your inner child happy, get into something creative, or, you know, get into your art bag and manifest something that creates a good companionship with you and your inner child. And when you're alone, isolated with you and your inner child, you'll see what that manifestation can bring you as far as a change in relationships, okay? When you cater to your inner child more than you cater to a relationship with another person, it allows things to change when it comes to relationships overall. You're not going to be looking for them to take care of your inner child. You're going to be looking for them to see if they take care of their inner child. Are they happy? Are they in their creative bag? Do they have concepts and ways of manifesting that doesn't revolve around you and what you do every 5 seconds? Do you have a relationship with yourself that allows you to stand on your own in your isolation and continue to manifest the changes you need in your life? Or do you feel like you need to have a relationship in order to do the manifestations that you're trying to do? Okay, so that's what I have here for the Taurus energy reading. We have a lot of Libra energy here, so you could be dealing with a Libra or a Virgo, but Libra is the sign that is about separation, having the ability to separate yourself from a situation and look at it from the outside in as if it's a whole nother person, having the ability to be detached. And that's what you need to start implementing when it comes to relationships, is take yourself out of the picture for a moment and look at it as if it's you, it's someone else and someone else instead of you and the other person. And how would you handle it? How would you view the situation? Instead of, you know, getting angry, throwing temper tantrums, or just trying to be too manipulative or controlling. And you may tend to be with people or attract people who are manipulative and controlling because they have their own shit to sort out that creates the storm that shifts that relationship completely out of your life because they weren't stable, they weren't grounded enough. And that's no reflection on you, and it will never be a reflection on you. You are the reflection on you. So moving forward with relationships, expect change. Okay, expect change. And until next time.